And then so that
Okay,
person.
stop. 1 second. You got it, Christine?
Yeah.
No. Keep everybody keep yours running. Just hit that.
Oh.
Yeah, don't touch anything. We're gonna let everything run.
You're gonna edit it out.
Yeah, just that's doing. Okay. Bumped heads. There you go. Well, what do you mean like bumped heads? I know a security business is one of those businesses where they sort of get people who want to be cops or quasi-authoritative.
And then those are the ones.
Okay.
But at the same time, they will come to us, the tenants or the people that were just renting a room.
Okay.
They will come and tell us, hey, you better just let your boy know that I'm not playing this, like he's coming at me too strong. Like, we as long as we don't do anything right in public, all that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's trying to check me for my ID and have me sign in everything out, every time I come in and out. Of course, you're supposed to catch on, who's who in the building.
Mm. The politics.
Yeah, so my whole life, I would just check IDs once. And then after that, I would introduce myself to them. I knew who they were. They knew who I was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always peaceful after that, Like I would tell them, when it will come down to me working, I have to do my job. And they always say, I respect that right there. So for the very first week, apparently nobody really lasted there more than 30 days.
Nobody lasted more than 30 days?
Yeah.
Wow. So I had a big turnaround.
You have what you call the 3-month and 90-day period, before you're on probation, then they hire you and all that.
Oh, so they did it on purpose?
Well, people just didn't like the job, man. It was just, it was intimidating.
Okay, tell me how. How was it intimidating?
You got all kinds of people coming in at every single time of the day, at night, and you could tell, they're walking around too confident, so that means they have a gun on them.
Okay, so confidence led to a weapon. Okay, very good observation.
Most likely, and then of course they're gonna protect their interests, whatever they're doing. So some people, man, you would just say, "Hey, how you doing? All right, you have a good one." That's about it. And eventually they would, start talking. I'm such and such. I've been here for about a certain amount of years. What's going on right here. I'm like, yeah. Aaron and Douglas, and everybody. They put me up on game.
Oh, wow.
They let me know. So from the very first week, I found out that that's the type of place that you can show up to work.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, what you gotta do is just stay up. The 8 hours. The graveyard shift's pretty crazy.
It's horrible.
And then sometimes
I hate graveyard.
And then sometimes you wouldn't have that guy show up early, or sometimes he wouldn't even come at all.
Oh, that's horrible.
Wow.
So
I hate that. As security, when they don't come, you still got to cover their shift. Oh my gosh! Yeah, that person will be your enemy. You won't be friendly to them.
Yeah, man. So we drank. Of course, we drink coffee. But it was the type of place that you have to actually have like good communication skills. That gets you a long way with most people.
Amen.
Even as the drug dealers, because apparently there was not only drug dealers there was killers along the way that had to live there, people on the run.
Wow.
So, that was just like my first experience of the first week, And after that, everything was pretty, it was actually, I liked it, man.
I heard allegedly, and I might be wrong, but allegedly I heard Rick Ross, the LA Rick Ross, the infamous Rick Ross used to sell from the Cecil Hotel. Is this true, or am I wrong or am I off?
Not only him, but a lot of other people, man.
So Rick Ross the original Rick Ross used to sell from the Cecil Hotel.
They used to call it the $1 Million Hotel, man.
The $1 Million Hotel, wow.
Even though there was another hotel called that, which is actually on the corner of 5th and Main, called the Rosslyn Loft now.
I heard of those, yeah.
So I actually lived there too, man.
How was that?
It was good, man. It was the transition when they turned all the old buildings into studios and like lofts.
I remember that. I remember that time they did that.
So I lived there in 2000 and 2009, 2008.
2009, 2008, okay.
And I moved out like around 2010. That's when I started there.
So back to the Cecil. So did you ever see any like activities that happened that were nefarious? Like did you ever see like somebody selling a woman, or did you ever see anybody getting stuck up, or did you ever see anybody going hand to hand? Did you ever, what kind of things on average night what JaySlay patrolling the hallways at the Cecil Hotel in the early 2000s come across?
Just people walking the floors, man. You know, going from place to place, getting drugs.
Drugs?
Just like what you would see on Skid Row, like on a flat plane. Just imagine that
Vertical?
through about
Or horizontal? Is that horizontal?
And like in about 7 floors, you know.
Wow.
But once you get to certain floors, like at the very top, that's where you got the cameras. So you know, every building in downtown should have a very good camera system, but they don't.
What floors had cameras?
The very top floor. The top 4 floors will have cameras.
So 15, 14, 13, 12?
But remember, they always skip
no, 13.
The 13th floor, yeah.
So 15, 14, 12, and 11
Yes.
had cameras, working camera systems.
They have pretty nice, what you call, they were like penthouses, man.
Penthouses?
There's a penthouse at the Cecil Hotel at the very top.
So there's a penthouse at the very top of the Cecil Hotel.
The very top, man. It's pretty nice.
What would you say? What does it look like? What's the aesthetic sort of character of the Cecil Hotel penthouse?
Just like a huge room, man. But it has like a little private, like 1 bedroom, right in the front, with like an area where you can have like a little, kitchen and all that.
Kitchen?
So, yeah, every now and then, it wasn't all the time that it would be rented out, man. But it got rented out every now and then.
So it did get rented out?
Yeah.
By, would you say like rich people, established people, or just like people who are like maybe drug dealers who needed a place to have a party for a night? Or
never that, man. Never that.
So it was like foreigners, like maybe somebody from another country?
Yes. You know, people that would come from like Europe or
Saudi Arabia or something?
I don't know about that, you know.
Okay.
But they would come from overseas, you know, so it would be more like a family place.
Oh, okay, a family. Dang, a family is actually... So if you were in like Scotland and you wanted to take a vacation in Los Angeles, you went to the kids, "Hey kids, what we're going to do today is we're going to go to the Cecil Hotel. We're going to go there and we're going to have some fun. I love it. It's sunny this time. Where'd you going to go? Ah, there it is. The Cecil Hotel. We'll get a penthouse there and have a roaring good time, me friends." So that's horrible.
That's what happens to a lot of people, man. They just for some reason. See, this was back in 2003 because I worked there twice.
Okay. We'll go to the second time in a second, but let's just talk about 2003.
So 2003, man.
You want to set it up?
Yeah, it was just, it was an interesting experience, man. But once you got along, it's like just like in neighborhoods around here. You know, you have your characters, they're all around, and you have to find a way to get along with everybody.
Okay.
And the way that you get along with everybody is that if you don't see it, it ain't happen.
It sounds like an ideal setting for a reality series.
Yeah, a reality series if you want to like take somebody out.
But at the same time, man, security did work, man.
So they worked. They weren't. You had to.
You had to. So that means Rosa, she worked the morning shift. You know, and whoever was working with her, and then of course you had a building management.
Okay.
He was hands on because at the time it was indoor security, so you could say that he was actually like the lead.
Okay, so the management, the building maintenance manager was the actual lead security.
Well, he was more of management for the cashiers, the clerks, and all that.
Oh, okay, which makes sense.
But he's actually like the guy that works in the morning, of course, or whoever has that position at night. You know, is usually because it was over 24 hours, man.
Yeah. They were actually taking guests all time and night?
24 hours a day.
Wow, they don't do that. Do they do it anymore? I think they have a cutoff, don't they? Like 10, I think it's 10 or 11 o'clock. You can't rent a room past that time. Wow. So you could go in there at 3 o'clock after doing a triple homicide and be like, "Oh, I need a room. I'm tired."
Because there was rooms that what you would call, there was rooms, man, that, people would come in for a couple of hours and just leave, you know.
Oh, okay. So the cheat on your wife rooms or the...
Yeah.
Gotta beam me up real quick room.
Yeah, so that's where you could actually like double dip on a room, you know.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, people will pay cash,
mm-hmm.
you know, because if you give your information, you know, your credit card, whatever it was, they could But I'm assuming a lot of people got caught like that.
Cash?
Cheating, by paying with a credit card. And
no, always. That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
So, they always get you that on credit card.
So at the Cecil Hotel, it was just, IDs and cash, you know? Because there was a couple of rooms like that, man. As long as you know they're gone, and that's what we used to be doing patrol, you know? Like, these people are gone, okay. Go in there and clean it up right quick. and have the next person come in. You know, every hotel and every loft has like escorts now. Security knows what's going on. Same thing was going on at the Cecil Hotel. Same thing is going on like in Skid Row and all these places where you see prostitution and drug dealing. Just imagine all that in one building, man. Now, 2003. But go back 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
same thing?
You have, it was probably even worse.
Wow.
The 80s, yeah. The 80s was the debaucherous time in LA.
Downtown was crazy, man. But you used to actually have to be out of downtown by the time the sun got down.
It was that wild?
It was that wild, man.
LA in the 80s was that wild?
Well, I see a reference here on literally touching upon what you're talking about, dude. The 1980s, it's supposed to have been the residence of serial killer Richard Ramirez.
In the 80s? Wow.
Yeah. Yes. They said he roamed the Skid Row area. A clerk who worked there in the 80s.
So he actually...
see him.
So it was perfect for him.
Yes.
He used to murk people, kill people, and just go to the Cecil Hotel, wash up, and get a breakfast, and maybe get a burrito downtown, and late at night go cruise the valley and hunt weak people. I heard like most serial killers, he never really went for the healthy or the tough. He always went for like the elderly, the weak, older women. There's always a profile that usually serial killers go for. They're not hunting down guys with Gold Gym's membership. You don't see the serial killer talk about, I'm going to wait outside Gold's Gym.
He about put up a fight.
Or a jiu-jitsu gym. You got like serial killers, you know what? I just go after blue belts in jiu-jitsu. You don't see that very often. It's always like...
I like the competition.
Yeah, exactly. When I kill somebody, I want them to also kill me. So I wanted it to be like, I'm a serial killer who really is into this, Hey, it is what it is. I just, I would say, like, you just started, thanks.